Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today we have another knife review. This one's big and easy. It's the Big Easy, the Kabar Big Easy. Kabar Big Easy. All right, so like I said, this is a big kind of classic style folder. So I'm going to read over the specs, and we'll get into the knife and talk about some of the features. And maybe this knife is for you, maybe it's not. But I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. All right, so the name of the knife is the K-Bar Big Easy. The overall length is 8 inches. The blade length is 3.5 inches. The cutting edge is 3.25 inches, and the blade thickness is 0.13 inches. The handle length is 4.5 inches, and the handle thickness is 0.56 inches, and the overall weight is 5.5 ounces, so it is kind of hefty. So talking about the blade, this is designed by Dozier Design, or Bob Dozier. He's a custom knife maker, and if you ever check out his website, and I'll put a link to his website in the description below, he makes amazing looking knives. Some really cool polished handles, very functional looking designs, but yet they're very classy looking and very, I don't know, they just look classy, but like old time classy. That being said, he's collaborated with K-Bar for a number of different designs, and this is an older model considering the time that I did this review. And it has a lot of the lines and design features that are typical of his designs. But with my experience with this particular knife, now I'm not saying this all of them are like this. I have some hangups as far as quality goes, but we'll get into that. As far as the blade shape goes, this has like a spear point blade where it's very symmetrical and tapers to the point. And it's a thick, solid piece of steel. It is hollow grind, plain edge blade, satin finish. It's like 3/4 grind up, so you have that little bit of flat there, which is really nice. And then you have nail nicks on either side to make this an ambidextrous knife in the opening. It does have a sharpened spine up here, which would be really good for throwing sparks off a ferro rod, but because it's a slip joint, you might want to be wary from pushing down because this could close on your hand. That being said, if you do want to throw sparks, the spine is still exposed even when closed, and you could easily scrape a ferro rod that way as well. It is a slip joint, so there is no lock to keep it over other than the slip joint lock, which is okay. It takes a little bit of heft to close it, and you'll feel that raised. But for the most part, you use the pressure backwards to keep the knife open and as well as to cut. That being said, moving into the handle design is kind of symmetrical as well as far as the hilt here. It tapers down and swells out, and it terminates to where it kind of tapers. And then you have the lanyard hole there. It is comfortable. It is a full-size grip, so people with bigger hands would enjoy this. You do kind of have a thumb ramp there for locking in the thumb. There's no jimping, but it does curl up. We have the two secure handle pins that are more than likely hiding the pivot pin underneath the micarta handle scales. Micarta is an excellent handle material, especially if it's a canvas micarta or a linen micarta. I believe this is a canvas micarta, but it doesn't necessarily feel like it, but I believe it is. The only thing is this wasn't done very well. You can see some pitting here in the canvas micarta, or in the micarta, and then the overall centering and finish where it matches the frame, it does not look very well. You can see different parts of it are hanging out, We have some chips kind of in the micarta as well. So it's kind of a poor job as far as the fit and finish goes on this knife, and that was probably the most disappointing part of it. Even within the grind of the nail nick, it doesn't look polished. So disappointing there. This is a one-way carry as far as a tip-up right-handed carry only, but because the dual thumb nicks, you could easily just take the pocket clip off and carry it left or right hand in pocket. That being said, it is polished along the back, give it a classy look, and the liners are not milled out, which adds to the weight. So that being said, oh yeah, Kabar logo there, and then the blade steel is a 440A, so not a premium blade steel, probably less than mediocre. 440C is the good stuff, I believe, but I could be wrong. 440A is substantial enough, but it does keep the price down on this. This is like around a $40 knife, so keep that in mind. Some other folders to compare it to are these kind of mid-size to large range folders. We have the Finwolf, Cold Steel Finwolf, the Ontario Rat 1, and I'm just throwing this one in there, a little bit smaller, but comparison-wise, it is similar to a mini Griptilian. This is the Benchmade North Fork. As you can see, it's not the longest blade out of them, very similar to the Finwolf at about 3.5 inches. The Rat 1 is just over that, and then the Benchmade North Fork is about a 1/2 inch shorter. Handle-wise, it's pretty similar, but the Rat 1 is still longer. It is the longer blade as well. So, blade thickness. Let's compare. We have pretty thick stock there. The Big Easy is thicker than the North Fork. It is thicker than the Finwolf. And of course it is thicker than the Rat 1. So pretty cool. So our last test is the ugly brown glove test. Right away, this is polished micarta, so there offers no real grip with a cloth glove like this. The ugly brown glove test is to see if a knife is usable with a clumsy or bulky cloth style glove. Obviously, if there is rubberized texturing or leather, it might grip better, but it doesn't. So we're going to try opening the nail nick with the glove. Because it's on both sides, I can pinch and actually get good purchase and grip on that nail nick to open. So that's actually a good thing. And then once opened, you know, everything is smoothed out. So there's really no grip for the thumb there. It is a big enough handle, though, that just by gripping it, I do have an okay grip, a solid enough grip to do some work. Boom. And then closing is fine. If I hold it, I have enough, but it's not a one-handed opener at all. It's definitely two-handed opener and closer. So is this really designed for an ugly brown glove test? Not really. Do I have to say it passes? It barely passes. I'll give it 60%. So 60% pass. Better than I thought. All right, so that's the knife. Definitely check it out. If you can, try to take a look at the knife before you purchase it, just for quality. Otherwise, if you get a good deal on it and you're just looking for like a large slip joint beater, that's fine. I think this would make a really good kind of bushcraft folder. For those of you that are in bushcraft or even reenacting, it has kind of a classic old-timey look. And definitely check out Dozier Knives. He's an excellent designer, and he makes some really incredible things. So that is the Kabar Big Easy. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos by clicking the eye in the upper right-hand corner. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you outside. Thank you.